Okay, I'm here with
All right.
I'm here with the amazing Lucas, and my question to him is, or to you, Lucas, how long were you on the Democratic plantation, or were you always on the Democratic plantation, or were you ever on the Democratic plantation?
Great question. I actually was never on the Democratic plantation. I was raised pretty conservatively, so that's how I grew up.
Well, I mean, don't people want to rebel against their family though?
You know what the great thing about that? Because I grew up with God and the Bible and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it's like, yeah, this is BS, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to a point in your life where you have to start researching it. Because when you start saying stuff, you have to really question what you believe. And so I did my due diligence. I'd go online. I have the great thing about believing something is having a debate with someone who doesn't believe what you believe.
Yeah.
Because in many cases what I discovered, a lot of these atheists, they're more well-read on the Bible than you are.
Yeah.
So when you bring up something, they'll point to scripture. Well, this contradicts this and this contradicts that according to this scripture. And you really have to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So after going through, my fair share of debates and researching and understanding, and then actually, I went to temple and synagogue and I speak to Jewish people and to find out their understanding and through contextual criticism. Because that's one thing you always hear is, the Bible, it's not, it's written by 100 people and all of this. And you have to establish context with everything. So that, and then also just dealing with life and having experiences as such that just kept me, there's something to this. There's validity in my beliefs. And I think that's a powerful thing to have.
Wow, you had courage to go up against people though, because there's a lot of people that don't want their beliefs explored. You know what I mean? Which we're noticing right now with the left and how they're acting.
Yeah. And case in point, that's exactly what we're noticing right now. And you know what? I honestly I can't blame them, because what you're basically doing is tantamount to the Matrix. You're unhooking them from the Matrix. Yep. And telling them, hey, this is the real world. Not everyone's gonna want to eat goop all day, and
right.
Fight robots. People, like the dude, I forgot his name, but the dude in the Matrix, he's like, yo, put me back in. I want to eat my steak, even though I know it's not real. To my mind, it tastes real. And I can't blame them. But at the same time, they can't force us to make us believe that their reality is the one that's the accurate one. Because it's not. No matter how real it feels to them. And emotions are a powerful thing. The thing is, their emotions, they lead with their emotions. And it's like, I understand, but there's a time and place for everything. And emotions without any data, without any empirical or statistical data, is useless.
Without logic. Yeah, without logic. Mm-hmm.
And before we can even get into logic, we have to acknowledge that the data is accurate. They want us, that's the thing I can't stand, is the hypocrisy. I can't stand it. I can't stand when someone says, you can do this, but I can't. Well, I can do this, but you can't. It's like, why?
Yeah.
And it's also the analogy with the 67 genders or whatever. So you can distinguish between a man and a woman, but you can't distinguish between, a legal alien and a legal migrant. Like, that's not, it's intellectually dishonest. And that blows my mind. I can't stand stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just like, so when Obama said it and when Clinton said it, it's okay.
Yes.
But now when Trump's talking about we need to secure our borders, well, now he's a racist.
Yeah, totally. Dude, I'm totally with you. You're right.
And I wanted to do a video on this. I probably won't. But what is happening? What people don't understand is that we all hate the teacher's pet, right? We all hate that kid. Where the kid can do anything and he's just, he can do no wrong. And that is what is being portrayed to black people. Because what they're trying to do, they're vilifying, I may get some hate on this, but what's happening is they're vilifying white males.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Yeah.
So what they're doing by this, by saying, by trying to cater to blacks and cater to Hispanics, what they're doing is they're getting signups for the KKK, Nazis at an all-time high. Because now people are actually, back in the day, it would be asinine. It's like, Larry, what is up with this white supremacy? Like, calm down. Your people aren't going anywhere. But now you have Nazis and some white supremacists talking about, well, look what's happening now. Look at the borders. We have an influx of immigration. Look at the black people. Black people can do anything. They can get away with it. The media loves them. And so white people are going, well, I'm a white male, and I'm essentially tantamount to Hitler now.
Yeah. They're gonna be. They're like, fuck it. I'm a racist. I didn't know. Okay, well, I guess.
Man, that's what's happening right now. There's no longer discussion. I was gonna do a video on the teacher who attempted to bring about discussion of what would happen if parents students walked out during an abortion thing, National Abortion Day or whatever, and she was suspended with leave.
Yeah.
I'm like, now it's to the point where discussion is now illegal, whereas discussion is banned. Well, now if you even think differently than me, you're Hitler, you're Nazi. I was called a Nazi. I'm like,
I've been called that too. I've been called the white racist male. I'm like, who knew? Like, really? It's like,
it's just like, well, this is ludicrous. There's no sense in talking what I'm gonna say, because what they do is they poison the well. Well, if he's a racist, if Trump's a racist, if I'm a racist, well, then nothing I can say can have any veracity. Anything I say is now tainted because I'm a racist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's completely changed. It's changed everything, honestly. This administration has changed literally everything.
Yeah.
Hollywood, politics, TV, comedy, everything, even gaming. I mean,
you're a gamer. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I play video games. I'm a 3D animator. Even with Far Cry 5, they're injecting politics into it. So wow. I mean, it's quite interesting just to look at how times have changed.
I'm interested to hear from a gaming perspective, like how they're injecting politics, since you brought that up, because from what I understand, the gaming community is very open and pretty open and non-discriminatory. But now you're saying it's like infiltrated the gaming world. So could you give me any examples of that? It was great. So so we got cut off when I asked you how it has infiltrated gaming. You were saying that this election has infiltrated the gaming industry, and I was saying that's really surprising because from what I've heard, I have friends that are gamers. The gaming industry is very, or the culture is very non-discriminatory and very open. But now you said they're injecting politics into that. So how is that? How are they doing that?
I mean, the world is very non-discriminatory. We're inclusive of everyone and anything. It's just that certain. I don't know. The reason I say that is due to the newest release of Far Cry 5, where it's very much this right-wing fanatic group that has taken over. I don't know the full story because the full story hasn't been released, but essentially it's the right-wing radical group that over and that's terrorizing this. And it's interesting to have it's certain things that you notice that you hadn't noticed before, but you're more keen on, just given the political atmosphere.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I consider this election to be like a paradigm shift. Not just an election. For me, it's been a paradigm shift. Like you were saying, how it's changed Hollywood, it's changed other areas of life. It's and to me, I think relationships. Oh, definitely. I always talk about my brother and I. Our relationship has been screwed, and hasn't been the same. And some of my other friends, they're not as friendly with me anymore. I'm in Austin right now, and I can usually make friends really fast wherever I go, and it's been really hard. I mean, I could make friends if I hold my tongue and I kiss people's ass, but I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And pretend.
You can't nowadays.
Huh? You said I can't?
I said you can't hold your tongue nowadays.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people still do because you find that the liberals, they control a lot of media. They're controlling. There's a huge tech industry here in Austin, so they're just all over the tech industry. So, if I was in the tech industry and I needed a job, like, I'm not going to be wearing a Trump shirt to work, like it's permeated, like you said, everything. So, I mean, I don't hold my tongue. I have, I'm in a position where I can be very, I work for myself. I work for Lyft. I have other things going on, so I'm not beholden to anything. But there are people that have families and people to support, and they can't be, they can't always be mouthing off and holding their tongue. And it's really scary, like.
Very scary. Or have you ever have been, member of the Communist Party? That's what it's feeling like. Because I get it, because there've been a lot of people who've messaged me and DM'd me, even friends of mine who're like, yo, I appreciate you speaking out, because they're in a position where they can't speak out.
Yes,
or they're up to risk, and they can't have that because they have a family to provide for. It's no longer this is right and I'm going to say something. It's now, or if I say something, I risk my livelihood. I risk the security of me and my family and anyone connected to me. So I mean, that's what we're dealing with now. And it's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but that's where we're at, and we have to deal with that. So I mean, I'm a very firm proponent of people who speak out or even have just open to discussion. Whether it's on YouTube or any other platform, that to support them in any way, shape, or form. Because you know what, I may not, not necessarily me, but someone else, they may not be able to speak out due to their, professional circumstance. So they need to support others who are.
Yeah, at least do your part doing that. You know what I mean?
What?
I said at least do your part and do that. If you can't speak out, at least support other people who are.
Absolutely. I've done it too. I've given donations, monthly donations to other YouTubers. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because what we're in right now is a culture war. That's exactly what we're in right now, and they're not targeting us. They're targeting really the children, and that's the most vile thing you can do. Yeah. I mean, because they're indoctrinating the children. I have friends, SC, UCLA, and they're telling me about these professors. And when it's no longer open to discuss now, this is what it is. You either write how this is, or you don't pass this class. And you know what? If you
okay. So you're talking about the kids and how they're indoctrinating the kids and how people are the professors are basically like, if you write this is how it is, and if you don't pass the class. Yes?
Go now? Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we see this even with the gun issue, how they're using the kids as political props, having them speak out. The kids who don't agree with the narrative,
they're not getting interviews. They're not getting interviews.
Yeah, not at all. We don't even know that there's kids out there who oppose what the narrative is. Yeah. Because all that, you got your David Hoggs who are like, you know what? You have to laugh at it sometimes, because if you take everything serious, given everything that's happening or occurring right now, you're bound to have a heart attack.
Totally.
So,
and I think us,
like, this is serious.
Us both being from LA and growing up in LA, we see through bullshit, because our whole city is basically Hollywood. It's the entertainment industry. So we know fakeness when we see it. We know when something is staged, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can spot it out like just a mile away. Especially in LA. I mean, you get people who smile on your face and stab you in your back. Yeah. And they're like, well, I was trying to help you. Like, oh, okay. Knife in my back is help. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. I don't blame but the thing is, a lot of people are blaming the kids. I don't blame the kids. If anything, I blame the parents. Because they're the ones that are allowing their children
to be used
like this. And the thing is, they don't see it as being used because they believe in the agenda. They believe in what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. But
it's what it is.
And I kind of wonder too. I know, like they were saying, that some of these kids are journalism majors and acting majors, and that are being put on a pedestal like this. But I mean, it sucks for them. They probably got told, knowing us being from LA and knowing how it works, they probably got told to, they're going to get agents, they're going to get managers, but their careers are already in the toilet because people are going to be like, look, those are the kids that lied. Like if they get cast in a movie or something on a TV show, they're like, oh, look, those are the kids that are liars, So like it.
But who's going to call them liars?
No, but I'm just saying, like, they're not going to watch them. They're not going to be taken seriously as actors if that's what they were promised.
You know what? As long as they hold the beliefs out there and that are being made of the time. Because the people in power in Hollywood and the people in power in many situations are of the liberal left.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Hollywood is failing too because of. So I mean, I guess my point is too, they're not going to have an audience, right? So maybe the Hollywood elite will love them, but the people that the Hollywood elite depend on to watch their shows and movies won't, because we see that they're liars. You don't think so? Because I mean, and that's why Hollywood's falling right now. Hollywood is failing because we're not watching the Oscars, we're not watching the stupid award shows, we're not watching movies, because we're sick of this stuff. So I'm just saying, people are gonna.
Hollywood's still putting out the movies. That's the thing. I think it's come to a point where they may be willing to bite the bullet in order to put out their propaganda, their agenda. You look at Ghostbusters. No one asked for that Ghostbusters with the whole female cast. They still put it out. Awful, yeah. I think they're doing a second one?
No, they're not doing a second one.
But look at The Last Jedi. Nobody asked for The Last Jedi and that nonsense that was in there. They still put it out.
But
they're about to do Odyssey. I don't even know what's going on with that.
They're about to do what? They're about to do what?
I think they don't care anymore.
So are they making money? But aren't they losing money? Like, how is that profitable if they're not making money? They just want their political agenda out, right?
I mean, I think it's gotten to the point where they no longer care. I mean, if you're already worth $1 billion or a few billion, whatever, who cares if you lose, a few million? Because the thing is, I think they're in it for the long term. With what's happening with social media and everything and the censorship and that's hate speech and that shouldn't be allowed on that platform. Yeah, people are like, well, that's good that should be blocked. That's good that should be blocked. In the long term, you don't think that's going to be weaponized for the 2020 election?
Oh, Absolutely. We know that. But there are people like, oh, well, that's fake news. We should just cut it off. Well, you don't want fake news spreading, do you?
That's right. So everything is a platform. When it comes to the movies, yeah, we may think this is garbage. What is this? This is nothing more than propaganda. But there's people out there who are like, wow, that's a good point they make.
There's really
people
deep.
Out there that are being swayed by these movies. So it's not, they may short term lose money, but in the long term, if that person who watches that movie or watches, even though it's horrible and what's the subtext of it we completely disagree with, that person votes according to what that movie says, or they win in the long term.
Okay, good point. I see where you're going. I ain't watching those kids though, just so you know.
Anyone who has the mental bandwidth higher than a gnat isn't watching this garbage, this filth, because it's no longer entertainment; it's propaganda.
Yeah, And I think once you become awake and aware, it's insulting to your intelligence, because you're like, God, I can't even I watched Get Out was the first movie, I watched the beginning of the year last year, and I hadn't seen a Hollywood movie until Black Panther, and I survived, and I'm not really excited about seeing any. I might go back and see if there's some indie films that I missed that I might want to see, but I'm not I found other stuff to do. I'm so over it. But I think also being in Hollywood too, like you see all the remakes they're making, they're not even making anything original anymore anyway. Not even, counting the politics. It's just this machine, this propaganda machine. But it doesn't have any artistic value or creativity left. So if you're an artist and you value that,
that's the easy part.
Huh?
Some people don't see it as that. Some people approve of what's happening. Some people believe that there should be more politics in movies in, you know, and in entertainment. Some people see it, which is crazy, but some people see it that way. Well, we need to be more progressive. And those happen to be the people who are making these movies. And there's an agenda. There's an agenda with every film that comes out. It comes to the point where you just want to sit down and watch a comedy, watch a horror film without being preached to.
Dude, like I can't even watch Chris Rock anymore. Like, did you see his special?
No, I didn't.
You didn't miss much, but maybe you should watch it so you can like do a video clowning on it. I was just like, I'm so disappointed in him, you know, like. Yeah, I was gonna saw special. It was whack. I mean, it was good, and you're like, oh, the politics. Come on, man, come on. Oh. Like, for real, can I just watch a comedian and have some fun without? It's yeah.
Yeah, it gets to that point. It definitely gets to that point where you're watching a movie, you're watching, you know, a sitcom or something. You're like, wow, this is really good, and then they inject it. It's like, oh, really? You didn't even have to say that. Like, what? Come on, it's like they're just doing it to do it. It doesn't benefit the script, doesn't benefit the story, doesn't push the plot, but you know they have to do it.
Well, I went to a Bon Iver concert, I think in January, and it wasn't enough that I was just surrounded by like a sea of like fake liberals. But then Bon Iver comes on the stage and he's like, "Happy Women's Day." I'm like, I'm out. Like, I left early. I just couldn't. Like, I felt like this, like, like, everything was just gone. Just gone. You know, I was so over it. I was just like, seriously? And I thought, like, I know one of his albums, supposedly, he lived in, like, the forest and hunted for his own food. So I was like, well, at least he's probably pro, you know, Second Amendment. You know, I never really heard him talk politics. But then when he came up with that Women's Day, it's like, you know, when you're dating somebody and they, like, eat something and there's, like, mayonnaise on their face? And like they keep like there's still mayonnaise on their face.
I missed the body broken.
Oh, I was saying, you know,
what on the face?
Mayonnaise. You think somebody's cute and then they eat something, and there's like mayonnaise on their face, and they're still like talking, and you're like, how do they not know there's mayonnaise on their face? And you know what I mean? Like that's how I felt. Huh? Yeah. You know, I was just. I mean, I know, I don't know, like, I'm a singer-songwriter, too, and I've often thought, like, would I inject my politics into my music? And I think I would, but in a concert situation, I wouldn't make people feel uncomfortable. I'd probably try to use it as a platform to get people to come together. Because in a situation like that, with the things what's going on with our country, I think, you know, like sports events and artistic events, concerts and stuff, these are actually two places where both sides can meet, and maybe if they have a good time together, maybe they'll be willing to listen to each other. But if they're already being instigated by, you know, by somebody that's in charge, then, you know, it's going to make it harder for them to get together. And does it make sense? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been at a party and then, you know, maybe you guys have different politics and you know, you're partying together, and then because you had that bonding experience with a person, maybe next time you're more likely to listen to that person or vice versa.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. What's happening right now is it's divided really into two groups of people. When it comes to the left, there's those that don't want to listen to what you have to say, and then there's those that are open. Yeah. And I think that's what it boils down to. Because I've seen people who are just like, no, how can you believe that? And then you spit the data and the facts, and they're just like, I can't even. They walk off. And you
can't even debate
like,
me because you're ignorant.
That.
I'm sorry. What? We were talking about each other.
It's that willful ignorance. Yeah. And I think it's not ignorance, because I'm ignorant on many things, but I know that I'm ignorant. I'm self-aware. Like I want to know more so that I'm not ignorant. Whereas willful ignorance, they accept it. They're like, no, la 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 la. Yeah. And just like, well, how are you going to talk to me if you don't even know what my stance is? Yeah. And that just blows my mind. It's like, I was talking to this lady who's a director, And she was telling me how Trump is like a dictator and everything. I was like, okay, where do you get your information from? Huffington Post, New York Times, and she lists off all of these liberal outlets. I'm like, how do you expect to have a well-rounded opinion if you don't even have well-rounded resources, which you harvest your information from? I'm just like, do you not see a problem with this? And then they give you that deer in the headlights look like, and then they go back to, well, and they try to backwards rationalize.
Yeah.
And just like, you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. Just admit it. And on.
Well, it's funny because too, like, do you get this? I get this a lot, especially in Austin, that people just like come up to me and start talking to me about how horrible Trump is and shit just because I'm black, because I'm a woman. They just, and I have a fro hawk. They just think that oh, well, I got invited to Refuse Fascism meeting, okay? Just at a coffee shop. Hey, you want to come to a Refuse Fascism meeting? And I went, too. And I was just like, are these people for real? But just because, like, they didn't have any other reason except my physical appearance to ask me to come,
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you get these people, because that's how it's portrayed in the media.
Yeah, and to me, that's racist.
That's
racist, actually.
That's what they've come to expect. Black people, Democrat. That's it. There is no shade of gray. There is no outlier. That's it.
Yeah.
So when they see people who support a Republican
So yeah, I'm keeping track of the time. It's about 30 minutes. So you're saying when they see a person that is black or that is like a Republican, that they can't...
when they see like a black conservative or Republican, it blows their mind. Yeah. It's kind of like, I always bring it back to the Matrix. It's like them seeing a glitch in the Matrix. It's like, what's going on here? This isn't supposed to happen. And they come and approach you and start talking to you. And how I feel about it, if you ever see a black Republican, do not approach them, because 9 out of 10 they know more than you.
Yeah.
Because they're getting I mean, they're getting it from everywhere. You get it from the black community who are like, what? You get it from just anything and everything. So you have to be on point.
Yeah.
Because they're like, how can you protect these people who don't even like you? Yeah. You're seen as an Uncle Tom right off the bat. So you have to know how to defend yourself, and you have to go about it in a professional manner. Because if you start getting crazy and loud and everything, well, now they're like, oh, you're one of those.
You're an angry black person. Like, yeah.
Exactly, an angry black man. And it's like, well, now you're an Uncle Tom who's an angry black man.
Yeah.
And they go, oh God, we can't have that.
Yeah.
And it's honestly quite edifying to see these people when you start spitting out facts and data. Well, according to this, did you know that this happened? And it's like they're just baffled. It's like, no, I didn't. It's like, yeah, you did know.
Yeah,
that.
I know you don't. That's what I tell people. Yeah, I know you don't.
Oh my God, it's so glorious to just catch someone off guard. It's like, well, did you know that such and such and such happened? And they're like, what?
No, check this out. I was at an art show, and this guy, he's kind of eyeing me the whole night, and he comes up to me, and he's like, hey, so first of all, he's being manipulative because he approaches me with this story about like how he met somewhere, and I'm thinking, I've never met this guy in my life, but I was like, even if I was that drunk, I know, like I usually remember people, but he was like, yeah, we were talking under the rain, and I was like, oh, hi, okay. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna just play along, and then I'm gonna tell him I'm a Trump supporter and see what happens. So, so we were talking about like, what's going on in this country. I was like, so who did you vote for? And he's like, who do you think I voted for? Hillary Clinton, of course. And I was like, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. And he like damn near like fainted. And then we were just like, he was like, I was telling him about how corrupt the Clintons were and everything. He was like, no. I'm like, did you know that? He's like, no. And I was like, no, well, I'm like, I know you didn't. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to have to talk about this some other time. And I was like, no, come back. I'm like, there's no time like the present. I'm like, don't you want to talk politics? So like the whole night, he kept running from me. Like, we kept running in each other, and I was like, "Come on, man, let's talk politics." He's like, "No, no, 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 no." Like he couldn't like handle it. It was so funny.
Hey, that's what they give you all the time. They give you the song, na 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 na.
Hey,
that's all they give you.
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, like, no, I thought you wanted this conversation to happen, didn't you? You're the one that approached me.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna get blown because you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. They think that they can win with these emotional pleas.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care if you're crying or if you're like, this is so bad. If the facts that you have aren't accurate or they're misleading, that's another thing that people, oh my God, the news loves to mislead you. They'll tell half-truths. I'd rather you just tell me an all-out lie than a half-truth, because that makes my job that much harder to try and decipher what is true and what is not true. Just tell me a lie. That way I can be like, okay, that's a lie. But if you tell me, give me a little bit, it's like a cake with dog poop in it. It looks amazing till you start going deeper and going deeper. You realize this doesn't taste right. And that's every Democrat I talk to. That's what it boils down to. Surface level, well, yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. But you start going deeper and deeper, it's like, yo, this is falling apart. This is dog poop, what you have here.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, when you let them know that, when you show it to them, they can't handle it.
It's great.
They can't handle it.
It's glorious.
Friends adopt the doctrine that they have, their co-workers, their boss, everyone, they're in this social circle, this echo chamber. I actually had a friend recently who told me this. He was like, yo, I was watching your videos, and I was just upset, and, I stopped watching. You stopped talking to me. And then he had, like, a conservative friend a conservative roommate, and they started discussing things, started talking politics. He's like, you know what, then I realized that, he was living in an echo chamber. And just recently, he was called a Nazi. And at that moment, he was like, yo, this is crazy. He's like, I'm not even a Republican. I'm a liberal. And I was just called a Nazi by one of my friends. I was like, yeah, absolutely right. Welcome to the club. Now you understand.
Were you like, Sig Heil?
Exactly. I was like, congratulations. You're, a Nazi and an Uncle Tom. Who could have thought? What a pair.
Yeah.
I'm like, now you understand the severity of the situation that we're in. Now you understand what is being fought. Why people are speaking out now. Now you understand.
Yeah.
I think that needs to happen to a lot more people, because it's not until.
Yeah. So it's not until it happens to them.
1 second. So, I don't know what happened.
Do you have any other programs on your phone running? Sorry, do you have any other programs on your phone running? Maybe that will help with the connection issue. Do you have any? Do you have any other programs?
No, it's just Skype right now.
Okay, I turned all mine off too. Except, let me see. All right, so you're saying it's not until it happens to them. That was where we left off.
Yeah. Okay. So as I say, it's not until it happens to them before they start realizing, oh, maybe this isn't good. When it's conservatives, when you're losing your job because of you refuse to bake a cake for a homosexual or whatever, a homosexual wedding. Oh, that's good. Yay. But when you lose your job because you spoke out, I don't know, against the president or something, then it's, oh, this is bad. We got to do something.
Yeah.
And it's this hypocrisy that it boils down to.
Yeah.
It's like the Electoral College. We haven't had a problem with the Electoral College, right? Yeah. No one said anything. It was only until Trump, we got to change the Electoral College. We got to do something. This is horrible.
And then if it was the other way around, then they would have been like, oh, well, but that's how it works. Like, you have an Electoral College for a purpose. They
would have had after video praising the Electoral College. Oh, my gosh. Why would we do anything about Electoral College? It brought us our first woman president. Oh, glory be. It's like it boils down to this hypocrisy. That's honestly the main thing I can't stand.
Yeah, me too.
I would have no problem if they were just like, this is what we believe. This is why we believe it. This is what we're going to do. But it's so topsy-turvy that you have, there's videos Chuck Schumer talking about we need to secure our borders when Obama was president, and then now he's talking about he's crying with the the Muslim band, they call it. It was heartless and mean. He pauses a little to get the photo up. Look, I'm crying. Take pictures.
Yeah.
And then continues. I'm just like, yo, come on, who's falling for this?
Like,
you think no one's falling for this, but people are, and that's what's so frustrating. It's just like taking crazy pills.
Yeah.
And every now and then you come across these people who know what's going on, who are aware, who are self-aware of their surroundings, of the political atmosphere, and it's like, okay, whew. For a second, I thought I was the crazy one.
Yeah.
And you get these people who are grounded. It's like, no, you're absolutely right. This is craziness that's occurring right now.
Yeah, I went to South by Southwest last year, not this year, but last year. And do you know Nirvana? The band Nirvana? Nirvana?
No, I don't.
So it was a band in the 90s. And like Kurt Cobain, have you heard of him?
Yes.
Okay, so the bass player, Chris Novoselic, was actually speaking, and in the program it says a chat with Chris Novoselic. So people are standing in line. We're like, yes, we're gonna like he's gonna talk about music. It's gonna be cool, and there are people that are like talking about how they've been fans of Nirvana for years, and it's been it's gonna be amazing. And then we get in, and he starts talking about politics, and I was like, I turned to this lady, I was like, is he seriously gonna like talk about politics? And then I left. I'm out. I was like, I'm out. I'm fucking didn't come here to be lectured to. And the thing is, they had panels there talking about how to defeat Trump and talking about, political panels that you could go to, but I chose not to go to one. So I'm thinking I'm going to one talking about music, and we're still talking about politics. And I felt very bamboozled. I felt like they thought they were just going to like sneak it in. Like they have this mentality of like, oh, well, these people need to learn better. We need to teach them. So we're just going to trick them into talking about politics. I guess he is in politics now, but still, like, people don't give a fuck. They were like, we want to hear about fucking Kurt Cobain and, excuse my language, and Nirvana. That's what I hear about. Politics.
But they see it as their duty, their obligation, which is mind-blowing. And it's crazy to understand how some of these people think, because it's just like, whoa, whoa,
the hypocritical arrogance of these people, right? But it's good though too, because it's exposing the arrogance and the hypocrisy, and I think it's making people question a lot of things, even like our worship of people with credentials and this whole credentialist bullying thing, and questioning their intelligence, Because a lot of people, last interview I did, we were talking about this, a lot of people get credentials. Did they get credentials to spread their knowledge and empower people, or use it or be a bully against people? And it seems like a lot of these people are using it to be a bully. They're like, well, I'm a PhD. Listen to me. I'm a better human being than you. I know what's best. Like, shove it up your ass. Like, and the best thing I was saying that you can do to these people is just not give them any credence, because that's what they feed off of. That they feed off of you. A lot of people that have credentials and PhDs and stuff, and they talk down to you, or they mention their PhD. A lot of people, they're like, oh, you have a PhD? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll listen to anything you say.
Yeah, it's this appeal to authority. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And what they need to understand is that, hey, everyone can be wrong. Just because, you can be the smartest person alive and still be wrong from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah. But there are people that don't think that. They think that, and especially too, there's this whole, like, if you're a biologist and you have won a Nobel laureate in like biology, then you must be a genius at everything else. That's not true by far,
Yeah.
But still people have that idea because I don't know. They just, like you said, appeal to authority, and they're people that can't get over. Even like the celebrities have become authoritarian figures, and people on the news, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and the media just bolsters that. It's like, hey, this person knows what he's talking about. So listen to him. You don't, they do. It's like, okay, let's listen to this person think for me.
Oh, yeah, like this Chris Como was talking about, did you see about the WikiLeaks? He was like, well, like, it's illegal for you to read it, but it's different for the media. I was like, get out of here, dude. I'm falling for that. I'm going to WikiLeaks straight away with haste.
Chris Cuckmo, that's why I call him. I can't stand Chris Cuckmo.
Cuckmo?
What happened?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, my God, that dude. Only we're those allowed to give you this information because it's a federal crime. He's the same person that said that fake news is a racial disparity. Like, what are you talking about?
He said fake news?
Yeah, he's the one that said fake news is equivalent to a racial disparity.
Get out of here, dude. Like, who's now, dude? I'm like, when he said that about WikiLeaks, I was like, I'm going today. Where's the WikiLeaks? Give me the link. I'm like, I'm making haste. Like, for real.
Yeah, they don't get it. Like, they honestly don't get it, which is, it's sad, but it's also just so humorous to see this. It's like, you guys don't understand that you're not doing anything. By attacking Trump, when he's saying stand for the American flag, that's not a battle you want to fight, because you're not going to win it. By saying that Trump is horrible and everyone who votes for him is a deplorable, you're not getting it. That's not going to get you, that's not a W. And, like, going into this election for 2020, like, you just saying Trump is bad, while everything that he's done so far has been good for the economy, you're not getting it. That's not a platform you can run on. And I don't care who they have. I honestly want Hillary to run again, to be honest. Like, hey, she didn't. She was cheated the first time.
Just for the comic relief.
She lost the first time to a great leader. She lost the second time to a horrible racist Nazi. This third time, this is her. This is her. If I was a Russian troll, I would put out, what they do, spend like $100,000 that allegedly turned the election. Okay.
That's only $100,000. That's it. That's it.
Some minute number like that. I'm just like, if you think that this money changed the election while Hillary Clinton spent billions, then she needs to fire all of her staff.
Yeah, right. Immediately.
You want us to believe that? That's what you want us to believe, because we're stupid. Okay, got you. I would put out a campaign, like a Twitter campaign, Instagram campaign. I'm saying Hillary, 2020. Let's continue to move forward. That's it. That's honestly what I would do.
I see people driving around town with their Hillary and Bernie stickers on, and they're so angry. They're just like, I can see their energy. I'm like, you're still angry? Like, you're still mad?
It's like all these flavors. We got chocolate, vanilla, peach, and you guys choose to be salty. It's like, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I get, it's funny too, like I'll pick people up. Have you seen those signs? They probably have them in LA too. It says, in this house we believe, like, no human is illegal, all rights are women's rights, Black Lives Matter. Have you?
No, I haven't seen that.
No, love is love. No, dude, I'm gonna send you. I'll probably. I'll make you puke. It's like, so they're having. And I always notice that they're always in like the rich neighborhoods, the rich liberal neighborhoods. They're not. You don't see them in the burn up neighborhoods, but they have those in front of the, those houses. And I swear to God, every person that I pick up, like, I just prepare myself. I'm like, all right, like, here comes the, the fake liberals. It's like, for me, it's like equivalent to seeing a swastika. Knowing somebody has a poster of a swastika in their yard, and I'm going to pick up a Nazi, I'm like preparing myself. I'm just like, all right. Like, I have to talk to myself. It's like, bite your tongue, be be nice, be diplomatic,
Yeah,
but I know, and it's always the people. I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but they always like fucking bring up like Trump or some fucking like liberal like stance that I just don't agree with, and I'm always able to outsmart them because they're so ignorant.
Yeah, it's like the facts speak for themselves. It's like, well, that's not true because of this. That's not true because of that. So it's like what you believe is just because you want to believe it. Yeah. It's not that it's factually based or historically accurate. You just want to believe that way. You're emotional based. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Just admit that. Don't try and convince me of your fallacious argument because it's not going to work.
Well, I was talking to this lady from Holland the other day, and she was talking about like how I was talking about in how LA that is is very congested, and I think a lot of it has to do with illegal immigration, but a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they want to be PC. So she's like, well, is that really a problem? Because they're just doing the jobs that like the people here that want to do. I was like, that's bullshit. Because there are a lot of people in the prison system that grow amazing produce and have great agricultural skills. I don't know if you know about Whole Foods. They came under fire, or they were exposed for letting prisoners like grow make artesian cheeses and grow some of the produce. But but I'm just saying they're not outreaching to those people, and especially if you have a prison record, it's really hard for you to get like a job. So like these would be perfect, but a lot of these workers want to exploit the legal aliens too. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but the Americans should come first. And then she was like, well, I'm sorry, that's your experience. I was like, no, actually it's the experience of a lot of people here.
Oh God, I can't stand when they say, well, that's your reality. My reality is different.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean your reality is different? What are you talking about? It's like, well, that's your truth. My truth is different. It's just like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. How are you supposed to collaborate in a society if we're all going from different realities? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, you guys want to talk about, we need to tear down our borders. It's absolutely, we should have free borders. But then you go back to your house, which is locked, which has state-of-the-art security.
Exactly.
You celebrities walk out with 3 and 4 bodyguards, but we shouldn't have borders to protect our sovereign nation? Like, what? It's this, like I said, it's just craziness. It's this hypocrisy.
And I think we should have our guns taken away, because they have bodyguards.
Guns taken away, but you do understand that your security is on. The people at your little venues and your little, concerts and stuff, they're armed. But yeah, we should have our guns taken away. Let's give them to the racist cops who are just mowing down black people, as you say.
Totally.
Nazis, right? So you want to give the cops, the racist cops who are killing everybody, just trigger happy, you want to give them the guns?
Yeah, okay. No, better yet, let's just take them away so the evil dictator Trumpler could kill us all.
I mean, Trump's a dictator, and we want him to take our guns. It's just, it hurts my brain sometimes. It's like when you have a Slurpee and you're drinking too fast, your brain freezes. That's what happens. You just have to pause for a second, like, okay, all right, let's break this down.
You have to be like,
let's walk.
You're like, pinching myself, like for real.
You smack yourself unconscious because what they said is just like, that doesn't even make any sense. I can't think of some of the stupid things that I hear. I can't. If I was given a day and $1 million with a team of writers, I can't come up with some of the stupid arguments that I've heard. Just like, what are you talking about?
It
has nothing to do with right or left or conservative or liberal. It has to do with just damn common sense. Just like, that makes no sense.
It's like when you watch sitcoms growing up, and then you're like watching the sitcom, and you're like, oh, that's funny, ha ha ha. Nobody's that stupid. And then you grow up and get into the real world, like, wow, there are people that are really like that.
Yes.
Like, I thought that was just on TV.
Like, this is. It's like, I get this is a hyperbolic character, I understand, and then you meet this person in real life, it's like, oh no, this writer drew this from actual real life experience. Wow, this is shocking.
Or you're like, am I being punk? Where's Ashton? Where's he? Like, you're like, Ashton, come on, man, come on.
All right, guys, where's the camera?
Totally. So let me switch gears a little bit, but I think we might be able to go back into this because I wanted to ask you. I heard that you did pickup. You're in the pickup world, and I wanted to ask.
The PUA world, going out sergeant.
PUA world. So how did you get into that, and what did you get out of that? Because some people have given it a bad rap, but I've known some guys that are in it, and they're like good guys. So I just kind of want to know your experience.
It is honestly the greatest. It's one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was really just it was eye-opening, honestly. How I got into it I was an extremely shy person. I couldn't talk to girls. Like I would tear up just say anxiety if a girl was talking to me. And I was like, you know, you get those people who are like, well, you'll find someone who likes you just the way you are. And I was like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't want to be like this. Like I don't want to experience this. So you know, I made that step. I started looking out to doing research and going online, and then finally I was with a friend. And I was asking, I was like, yo, how would you talk to her? He was like, well, I would approach her from a 45-degree angle, show my hands that I'm not a dangerous threat. Like really, like just down 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, where did you come up with this? Like, where did you come from this? And he brought me. He was like, yo, it's this book called The Game. And The Game, man. After that, the rest is history. After The Game, I was just like, yo, this is amazing. And then I got into the mystery method. You know, A1, A2, A3. I was like, because I'm very much pragmatic person. Like, if you tell me, just be yourself and just be funny. For me, my mind goes crazy. I'm like, what is funny? Is that funny to me? Is that funny to her? Like, what would be the punchline? I need a joke, And so you start off, you basically, attraction. It was just a model that I could follow, and it made sense. And some of the stuff I was doing naturally, but some of the stuff I was like, okay, that's where that went wrong, and it just helped me overall. I think become a better person, because a lot of people seeing it from the outside, they see, oh, you're just trying to sleep with women. That's all you're doing, just trying to sleep with women. And, that's such a small part of it, because the bigger part of it, it's really a self-realization. It's a self-mastery. That's what it boils down to. It's mastery. Because you get all these relationships, people want to get a boyfriend, want to get a girlfriend. They don't have mastery of themselves. Yeah. What makes you're going to have a fruitful or stable relationship with someone else who doesn't have mastery of themselves? It's just bound for chaos. And like I said, I'm very pragmatic. So you're telling me I follow this and follow that, and this is the outcome? Okay, I'm going to do that. And, it's just a realization of being self-aware. Another concept that many people just over their head. Some people think they're the best orators. My public speaking skills are the greatest. My sex is the greatest. And they're just like, that's not in alignment with reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that understanding of, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, these are my skills, and these are my talents. And just really understanding what that means. Understanding who you are as a person and what you want to become. Because who you are doesn't necessarily, the beginning is not always the finish. And it shouldn't be the finish. Every day you should be improving, and that's really what Pickup's about. It's about improving yourself. In many cases, you're a good person just from, I don't like saying good, but you're a great person just from the get-go. Like, everything you have, wherever you are in this point in time in life, it's perfectly fine. But due to, social pressure, the media, things that, other influences in our life, that's natural. It just comes with the culture, comes with being a society. They make people insecure. And someone who's soft-spoken and just already, insecure from the get-go, it can cripple someone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than wanting to talk to someone and not physically being able to, or not knowing how. Yeah. That's for a man, that is the most crippling thing. And men are very egocentric. So if you talk to someone, and some of these women, I can't blame the women, because an attractive woman, they get hit on tons of times. Yeah. Tons, time and time and time. And most of the time it's by lames. So what happens? Yeah. The natural response is to develop a defense mechanism. Yeah. It makes sense to me. It's like, okay, that makes sense. If I'm constantly, someone saying, hey, you're hot, give me your number, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, I'm just like, yo, I gotta figure something out. Like, yo, I have a boyfriend, I'm good. Well, I have a girlfriend, I'm good. Yeah. And someone who's in the know understands that, understands the social awareness. They understand the environment. And it's honestly like, it's politics. It's honestly getting into the head of the person you're talking with. It's when it comes to the mystery method of attraction, seduction, comfort, and attraction, comfort, seduction, it's just a natural flow of things. A lot of people do this naturally, but there's always a way you can perfect yourself. Yeah. And one thing that's very prominent in the pickup community is bettering yourself. Yeah. In all aspects. Because if you're good, at pickup, Well, in order to be good at pickup, you have to be good as a well-rounded individual. You want to be better at your job. You want to be better at, your social group. You're better at have better. And the strange thing is, once you start bettering yourself as an individual, you realize who your friends are. You realize that, hey, the friends I started off with aren't really the friends that I have now.
Yep.
And that's a good thing. That means you're maturing as an adult. That means you're maturing in your life. And some people don't want to mature. That's fine. That's their lives. They can do what they want. But I'm holding myself to a different standard. And it overlaps this with fitness. I always thought, like, oh, I'm skinny on this and this and this. And I got to a point where it's like, I'm good where I'm at, but I can be better. And I want to be better. Some people are good where they are, and they're content with that. That's fine. I spoke with people. I was like, yo, why do you want, you can do so much. Why don't you want to? It's like, I don't want to. I'm happy where I'm at. Okay, that's fine. Me, if I'm doing, 100K, I want to be doing 200K. That also comes back from the sales background of constantly, what you did yesterday doesn't overlap in today. Just because you sold, a car yesterday doesn't mean you're going to sell a car today. So you have to always be on your game. You always have to be improving. And that's with everything in life. And that's what pickup really taught me, is being confident in who you are. Because for a while, there's a trap that many men fall into, is that they start, copying attractive men. Or not attractive men, but copying,
confident or
alpha men. Copying alpha traits, right?
Yeah.
And for a woman, off the bat, that's alluring. It's like, ooh, he's got his shit together. He's a man and all this. And then you start talking to them like the liberal argument, like the cake with
totally.
It's like, oh, this is good. It's you start cutting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like, oh, this is a boy I'm talking to. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Yep.
Like you start realizing, the outer appearance, that looks good. He can walk the walk, he can talk the talk, but his actions, not there. The reality of the situation is completely divorced from what he's saying, what's spewing out his mouth. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. I was like, you know what? If I get muscles, then I'm going to get women. If I say, I'm an alpha male, if I talk with confidence, and I talk louder than everyone else, then I'm going to get women. Women are going to see that. And then it works for a few seconds until it's the woman who sees right through it. And it's like, that's a phony. That's a fraud. And you get those people who see a Louis Vuitton bag, like, that's a fraud. It's like, how do you know that?
I know! I'm not into that. So I'm like, how do you, you're right. There are people like that.
They just spot it. And the crazy thing is when you get an alpha woman, she's going to want an alpha man. She's going to want a man who's on point.
Yeah.
Because she's on point.
Yeah.
So she's going to want someone who's going to help her achieve greater. And she's going to want to help her man to achieve greater. And they're going to be a beast-ass couple.
Yeah.
So when you get these little boys, it's just like I don't have time for you. And there's a certain callousness that develops where you just blow them out. It's like, I'm not even going to waste my time talking to you because I can already tell that you're not at my level.
Yeah.
And some people, they may take offense to that.
Yeah.
And you can't. You gotta let it roll off. Yeah. If I'm talking to Bill Gates, he's like, I'm not going to invite you to this because I already know you don't have the funds to go to this event. How can I get upset? He's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but that should be fire and fuel for you to get your stuff
together. Yeah.
So you get to the point where it's like, okay, look like an alpha, I talk like an alpha, it's now time to actually be an alpha. It's now time to understand who I am and where I want to go. Because many times, it's not about where you are. Many women want to know that you're going somewhere. They want to know that you have goals and aspirations. And that, you may be living in your mom's basement right now, but guess what? You have dreams of becoming a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, and these are the steps that you're taking to achieve that. To get there. That's a real one, a real woman will invest in you. And that's what it is. That's what people don't understand. Relationships, they waste some time. What you're doing right now is you're investing in this person. Yeah. The time that you spend with them, all of that's an investment. Because you have to look at the opportunity cost. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, they take themselves for granted. And that's a horrible thing. When you see someone It was like, why are you with him?
Yeah.
He treats you like this, and this, and you still call him, you still communicate him, or like, why are you with her?
Yeah.
She was talking to this guy, rubbing up against this guy.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal? And they don't know their self-value. And the greatest example that was given to me about self-value, it was like this. It was took out $100 bill. He was like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Yeah, I want $100 bill. Give me the $100." He crumpled it up. "Do you want it now?" He's like, "Yeah, I want it." Threw it on the ground, stepped on it, got all dirty. I was like, "Do you want it now?" I was like, "Yes, it's $100. I don't care if it's dirty." He's like, "That's exactly my point." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "No matter what circumstance you are, you have to understand and know your value." There are people homeless who have probably more presence and more, I guess, who are more of a man than than some of these CEOs.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're damn right about that, yeah.
It's such a paradigm shift of just, wow, that's crazy. And it's like, no matter what circumstance you're in, you know, if you can already tell by the person, how they talk, how they hold themselves. Because people, it's just natural. That's why birds of a feather flock together. And a lot of people, they need to filter their social circle. Because a lot of these friends they're not there for you.
Yeah.
And there's no greater tell than no greater sign of knowing who's for you and against you than success. Success will tell you who's with you and who's not.
Yeah, very
real quick. Because you'll get those friends like, well, are you really going to take that job? Are you really going to go and try and start your own thing? It's like, you may fail and this, and it's like, I thought you were for me. I thought you wanted me to win.
Yeah.
And then you get those who want to leech off of you. Yeah. So now I understand why some of these, because it always irritated me that some of these billionaires and some of these millionaires didn't want to be shot on camera. Because I watch some of these interviews, but sometimes they don't shoot them on camera. Yeah. And I get that. I get it now. Because it gets to the point where it's like, I don't need that. I don't need that exposure right now. I have my close friends. They know who I am. I don't need to deal with people coming up to me. Hey, I have this. I have this. I have this. Yeah. So I get that. I totally get that. And I think that's one of the big differences of conservatism and liberalism, where it's like, you know what? There's people out there who started with nothing. We have illegal immigrants coming over into this country, going to school, educating themselves, and becoming successful. So I'm like, what excuse do you have? Yeah. Especially with the internet and the information, you have anything you want to know is at your fingertips. Yeah. So what it boils down to is self-responsibility. It's a great book on this. It's called Ownership. Great book. I read it as Extreme Ownership.
It's called Extreme Ownership? Extreme Ownership.
Great book. It's about a Navy SEAL, I believe. Okay. And things that I call them the little gold nugget. So in whatever I watch or something, I'm looking for the little gold nugget. It could be all, BS for 30 minutes, and then they drop the little gold nugget. And I'm like, okay, that's what I'm here for. There's a little gold nugget in the book where he was like, I understand you say you don't have time. I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this and this and that. It's like, you make time. I was like, that makes, okay, I'm going to make time. He's like, yo, if you have work at 7 a.m. and you're talking about you can't work out, you don't have time to work out, guess what you do? You wake up earlier. I was like, damn. Right? Because it's like, yo, you make time for it. If you want to work out, you want to work out, or you want to see your kids, or you want to build a business, you make time for it. If you have certain responsibilities, you have to do it at a certain time period, wake up earlier. You have work at 5? Great, wake up at 4. That means you have to readjust your whole life according to your goals. And that's what people miss. I think that's so important. You should have goals. You should have short-term goals and you should have long-term goals. And everything, it's not about the battles you win, it's about the war. Sometimes it's best for the survival of your long-term goal to lose a few battles. You ever get in those battles with people, you're talking about politics or something, and it's just like, yo, this isn't no point in me doing this. I'm going to let him win this. I'm going to let him take this W. I'll take this L.
Yeah.
Because it's a waste of time. You know it's not going anywhere. You know they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
that they're bringing up just straw man argument. Okay, all right. It's a pleasure talking to you. Wish you the best. And you walk on.
Yeah.
I think people need to adopt that in their life with everything.
Well, you spend energy just like you spend money. So where are you going to spend your energy, right? You're going to spend your energy with somebody that's not going anywhere or not doing anything, right? It's also like it's about that. For sure.
And one of the problems that I think a lot of people do is they associate with age with maturity or knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's man, it's not really helpful to do that. I'm like, as I got older, I started realizing, all of this stuff that I valued, I wanted to get, the new shoes or all that. It's like, that doesn't really matter right now. Like, all the knowing about basketball and who's winning and who that, I'm like, that really doesn't matter right now. What it's like this realization that I'm getting older, right? And that I need to provide for myself. If I want to start a family, I'm going to need to find a way to provide for that family. To take care of myself, whether it's, to provide higher education for my kid or my wife or this. Like, there's certain responsibilities. I think here's the thing that I realized. The one thing that dictates as far as maturity, I think it's the level of responsibility you have.
Yeah.
And you get these people who have no responsibility, or worse, they shirk their responsibility. And it's just like, I can't associate with you. I can't associate with you on a ground level. Because what you're doing just fundamentally is direct antithesis of what I stand for. And I'm going to have to let you go. It hurts me, but I'm going to have to let you go. You're a great friend, but I'm going to have to let you go.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, people will drag you down, and it's really cool that you got that from the pickup. I wasn't expecting all of that, but just that's really cool.
I ranted on a
no,
little
it was
bit.
great. No, I let you because it was interesting.
You cut me off because I'll go on and on and on. But
well,
yeah,
I get comments, and my mom will watch some of these interviews I'll be doing. She's like, Virstyne, you gotta let them talk. You be talking over them. I was like, all right. So I'm trying to be more mindful of.
I'll talk forever.
I'm trying to be more mindful of like letting other people talk. What else was I going to ask you real fast? How about, what do you think of, okay, well, I'll tell you this experience. So I run this channel with my best friend. So she makes her own videos and stuff too. And she made a comment talking about MGTOW, and I think in it she said that she thought it was, which I think I agree with her, that it kind of goes into the transhumanist agenda as far as like, a lot of the MGTOW guys, they want to go, I don't know if you know about this, but they, they're into like having like, girl robots to like have sex with instead of getting relationships. And now they've made a male one for women. Have you heard about that?
I've heard about the robot. I didn't know that there was like a cult-like group of people who are into that.
You never heard of MGTOW?
MGTOW, no.
Don't utter the name, man. So anyway, once we made that video, man, we have activated the cult of MGTOW, and they're relentless, man. Like they came and just start downvoting our videos and like leaving like nasty comments. We're like, oh my god. So I kind of made this video talking about how I think MGTOW, there's a lot of these men too, like, because I've seen this with my own eyes, and I've also done this myself. But when you see somebody, you see a friend going with somebody like we were talking about earlier, and you're like, why are you going with them? And they're like, no, forget you. You don't know her like I do. But you know that she's going to like steal their money and ruin their life. And then a year later, you're like, oh, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, she stole my money and she ruined my life. Well, like, yeah, like everybody was telling you. You know what I mean? So like, there's a thing too. So I made this like video talking about how there are people that need to like kind of take responsibility for that happening so it doesn't happen again, because a lot of times you can see it. I've seen it when I've been dicked over by guys, but you're stubborn, and then you get through that phase where you want to prove everybody wrong because everybody is telling you they're a bad person, and you're just like, no, like it's gonna work, and it ends up happening anyway. So I thought I was nice about it. I wasn't mean, and even if I reject men and stuff, I'm nice about it. I'm not like a mean. I try not to be mean, And but I was just being very direct and just like, look, like I've been there, like but you have to like learn to take responsibility. It's like a woman getting beat by a guy. Like, that's terrible, but if she keeps going back to the guy, then, like, that's beating her, what are you going to do? Like, you can't,
Yeah.
you can't be complaining about it if you keep going back. So guys are like, oh, you're just shaming men. You're a horrible person. And they got all their friends to come on the page. I was like, are you guys serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess, but from what I've heard, some of them kind of come from the pickup world. It's like kind of like the pickup world gone bad, like the Sith side of the pickup world. A lot of these guys, kind of.
Really?
MGTOW stands for men going their own way.
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, they don't need women. They're not going to fornicate women. They'll leave us messages and be like, wait till the artificial womb comes out. We're not going to need you anymore anyway. We're like, oh my God, are you 12? Like some of these guys too, I'm like, they must be really young. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know who you're talking to.
I mean, I think that's going to be a norm. That's absolutely going to be normalized because it's only natural. Because if you think about it, it all, I don't know why, but it all goes back to the Matrix. Because if the Matrix, if we actually had the Matrix, say we passed in the 3D world, there's something called the uncanny valley. It's that point where people were 3D stuff, it looks human, but it's not, and it freaks out people. Mm-hmm. Once we pass that, and you can't distinguish real life from fake, that's absolutely going to happen. It's with VR. Why would I? If I put on a VR headset, because reality is essentially your senses. Yeah. So once we master that, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, why? Why would I take that off? If I'm a king in my virtual world and I have 3 women, got a Bugatti, why would I leave that? It makes sense to me.
Why would you put in the work to make that, for lazy people that don't want to do the work, right? It's easy. Like, do you watch Black Mirror?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I haven't.
Oh, have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, like you have to see it. The season. There's a guy basically. He's a nerd and a douche in reality, but he's a creator of a virtual reality company, and he lives in his virtual reality. And in his virtual reality, he's king. So go on.
But I was going to ask, have you seen her?
Yes, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, I love that movie. I was like, you know what? I can kind of see that. I wouldn't mind that. I'm just keeping it real. It's like, yo, that's AI. I wouldn't mind talking to someone and she's like, oh yeah, I loved you and all this, and just have a real conversation, even though it's artificial intelligence. Like it's once that gets going, it's going to be very hard for people to disconnect. Because
it's already beginning.
Yeah.
But we have sex with an iPhone? Like, how do you do that? It was a fucking iPhone. He was talking with his iPhone.
They're slowly easing you into it. It's going to be an alternative lifestyle. That's what it's going to be, but it's going to be normalized. And they're slowly easing you in. I mean,
that's creepy to me, just because there's no soul, there's no spirit. They're trading still like this fakeness for an intimate connection. I don't think that.
Some people don't care for that. They don't care. Which is, as crazy as it may sound, they're just
makes me sad. It makes me sad. It's like the end of humanity.
It's a certain degradation of humanity, but it's some of the risks that we take along with advanced technology. So we can see with the dating world, with dating apps.
Yes, no, yeah.
With dating apps, I was talking to this one lady. She was like, "What's wrong with guys?" She's like, "I don't ever get approached anymore." I was like, that's because I can swipe on you on Tinder. Approach you anymore. Swipe right, swipe left. Don't have to develop social skills anymore. So,
but yet they're complaining. They'll complain about not being able to find quality women. See, this again going back to the hypocrisy, because I was telling you about the MGTOW. They're talking about how women are terrible creatures and blah blah blah. And I'm just going to get my sex robots. Yeah, but the sex robots look like Barbie dolls with big tits and like long hair, and until they start making. But they want to say that we're shallow because they like women go after alpha men or alpha looking men. Until they start making robots that are like, flat chested with like that are morbidly obese with no hair, then maybe I can give that credence. You know what I mean? They're not going for that though. So
yeah, I mean, you're correct with the hypocrisy there. All that is just guys. It's those insecure guys that have been crushed, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
And it's unfortunate, but that's the dark side of not not self-ownership, of not realizing your value, not realizing your worth, and that happens to a lot of people, men and women.
Yeah, it's very true.
That's just an extreme. It's now validated. They've now validated their insecurity.
Oh. No, but it's not even like more creepy. It makes me sad, But then, then we're not going to procreate. So now we're looking at the end of the human race. We're looking at the transhumanist agenda because, we're not engaging with each other. We're looking at what? What did you say?
We're looking at the Matrix. It's going to be a documentary.
No, dude. I think we're at that period in history, whether it's going to be the Matrix or it's not, What's going to happen? Are we going to wake up? Are we going to turn the tide, or is it going to overcome us? Is the world going to split? Is humanity going to split into two races of people, or what's going to happen?
It's going to be a combination of that mixed with Idiocracy. Did you ever see the movie Idiocracy?
No, I've heard I need to see that movie though.
Great movie. Yes, you do. That's what's happening.
Oh God. Well, anyway, I have one question for you. I'm gonna just wrap it up. What do you see? What are your visions for America? Like, what do you want to see America become?
Want America to become great again?
Was it? Was it ever great?
Yeah, Here's the thing. I love these vague terms that people use. Was it America? Make America great, or hope? It's like, well, hope for who? Like great for who? But I mean, how I see things going, I honestly didn't think that the media would make it this far. I think eventually I thought they were just gonna, let it go. He won. Yeah. Well, just let's get it on. Let's move it on. Now I don't see that happening. There's gonna, as long as Trump is in office, we're gonna experience craziness. It just is what it is. Because they hate this man. Because Hillary thought she had it in the bag. She did. She was like, Donald Trump, get out of here. Like, I don't even need a campaign. So when he won, that was a hard wake-up call to a lot of people in power. And that's why we're seeing all this, propaganda with the movies, the TV, the comedy. It's no longer comedy now. Like, there's a show, there was a study, not a study, there was a little infographic that showed all the late-night comedy hosts are liberal-leaning.
A big surprise.
Yeah. And it's well, that's because they see this as a fight. That's what they see it as. They see this as a fight. So, all right, it's a fight, then it's a fight we have to win. Yeah. Because, come 2020, God forbid Trump wins again, I think the end of the world might happen.
Right?
Like Nancy Pelosi said with the tax cut, it's Armageddon. No, it is Armageddon.
Yeah, well, she thinks they're at war with Korea, so whatever.
Yeah,
that's her reality.
Craziness, but I think a lot more. I think a lot of people are having their eyes open into what's going on, into the hypocrisy of the left, into the demagoguery, into just the exploitation that's occurring. I think the administration is a blessing in disguise. With the media, honestly, I didn't think too much about the Obama administration. I wasn't even really following it because every time I turned on, he did this. He's great. He's a superhero. Put a cape on him. I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. But now it's just like it's interesting to see that role reversal, that switch. Where okay, now we see the power that these people actually have, the power that they wield to completely just shift the tide on everything. So if they really dislike someone, they can really ruin someone's life. Yeah. So and that's that. Go for it.
Oh no. So no, go on. So that's what you're right. I was just saying.
No, that's dangerous to have for people not to realize that, because you get people who get upset, and then with this Antifa stuff, talking about anti-fascists closing down people who have dissenting opinions, there's people who agree with him. The thing is, my big thing that I always say, there's nothing new, right? There's always been crazy people, right? Someone comes up to you and says, hey, I'm a helicopter. You need to get you need to seek some mental professional help, right?
Yeah.
Now it's come to the point where it's like, well, I understand you're a helicopter. I believe you.
Yeah,
There's a landing pad just down the corner if you'd like to. I can drive you there. And it's just like, it's a complete reverse. So everything that's up is now down. It's now people are acknowledging the craziness as reality. And it's just like, wait, what? What? And it's not even the majority. Yeah. It's the minority that are talking for the majority. It's the minority. They want to talk about transgender, LGBT, and all that. Like 2%, 0.3%. But it doesn't matter because they have power. It's positions of power.
It's in it. They definitely have an agenda, and it goes deeper than. You have to do a lot of digging to. I mean, I have some ideas, but
and they take advantage of that. Because not everyone has time to cut that cake all the way down to the core to see the dog food.
Exactly.
And they take advantage of that limited time, those limited resources, and that's what we're seeing in the media. The point, in fact, is just having the media compete for ratings, or news stations compete for ratings, is a bit problematic to me.
Yeah.
Which is why we have more people coming out, more people speaking up, more interviews happening. Where it's like, yo, this something's got to give.
For sure.
I mean, black people can get. Oh my God, my people. We can get our stuff together. If you look at the Hispanics, if you look at like I said, people come over here legal, educating themselves, becoming lawyers, and making legislation to help their family to come over here. I'm like, yo, if we could just rally up and get our stuff together, we'd be a force to reckon with. But the thing is, people who speak out against, black on black crime or statistics that we need to have our businesses, we need to go to school and all that. People who speak out with that are considered, traitors. We're seen as Uncle Toms, house slaves and all that.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
That's by design. That's honestly by design. That's honestly how I feel.
Well, they want to keep us down, and they want to feed off of us. They're leeches. They're like vampires. So we're like their food. They're pets to them. So
absolutely.
They can't let us. They can't let us realize our own power.
100% correct. Man, you are preaching, and that's people. The majority can realize that, and they're so Machiavellian with it. Is that they put blacks in power, in positions of power, in order to just be proxies for their liberal propaganda, and it's crazy. They've managed to just brainwash an entire generation after generation because they're looking up certain people, certain figures. And they don't know that this figure is being paid by so-and-so, or that they got signed by so-and-so, or that they're just pretty much being a proxy for the Democratic Party. Yeah. And it's crazy. And now, but the thing is, they fed on this for a while. Now they're shifting their attention to Hispanics.
Yeah.
They're looking to exploit them. Like I said in one of my videos, I'm like, yo, we're no longer the teacher's pet.
Yeah.
They're like, black people, y'all, that was like 2007. We're on to something new. Because what was it? The U.S. consensus by 2020 estimates that Hispanics white people are going to be the minority. They didn't think Hispanics are going to be the majority. So they know where to go. They're going where their butter is where their bread is butter.
Yeah.
And black people need to realize this. They're not getting it. With this whole DACA and all that, I'm like, you guys don't get it. It's about to get real. You guys think it's real now with racism, all that, and all this?
With the fake racism.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. It's about to get super real. Because Hispanics, what the Hispanics are about is familia.
Yeah.
They're about their own. Black people want to clown them for having 6 and 10 people in a house. But guess what? Every single one of those 6 and 10 people is either going to school to get money or has a job and getting money. And they pull in their resources and they buy. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So what you're going to be doing is laughing yourself out of house and home. Because once they raise the rent, they start having neighborhood codes. You don't have the money to reach or to get or to pay. You're going to go bye-bye. And,
Yeah.
and it's a sad fact. But that's the reality of the situation, which is why it boils down to self-accountability. But the Democrats don't want that. What do they always say? They don't want us to have self-accountability because it's the white man's fault. It's so-and-so's fault. It's that person's fault. And they pay for these studies to come out that prove that. But if you dig deeper, you notice, that's not true. They messed. This is garbage.
Yeah.
But not everyone's willing to do that, and they know that. Yeah. So it is painful. It is honestly painful to say, hey, we need to take accountability because we've done this before. You think it's so bad? Like, there were actually rules on the book saying you can't drink out of the same water fountain as so and so. You can tell me we're back then? Yeah. No, of course. So then what's your excuse then? But you want to put your blame. So what you're telling me, your life is dictated by someone else.
Yep.
That's what you're telling me.
How you feel? How are you supposed to think it's dictated by someone else?
Yeah, it's hard because you have families who are bringing up children saying that, hey, you're at a disadvantage because of the color of your skin. Imagine that impact on someone living, on just being just in school, how you hold yourself as a person, as an individual, feeling that a sense of inferiority.
Yeah.
That was imposed upon you. Not because you believed it, not because you experienced it, because you were brought up that way.
Yeah.
We're fighting an uphill battle. But we have to fight it. Because the only option, because you get to the point, and I know a lot of friends of mine have gotten to this point where they're just like, yo, screw these fools.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried about me. I don't have to worry about them. Yeah. If they believe that, cool. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get my education. I'm going to do me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, everything until your ass gets robbed, until you get shot, until something happens that affects your life because of the brainwashing of the community.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you have to think, you can't be so myopic in your approach. You have to think long term.
Definitely.
Everyone's willing to do this. I'm going to get this. I keep saying, you guys want your 40 acres and a mule. What is that? The equivalent to that, how I say it is what? We give you a successful business and a Bugatti. I guarantee by the end of the day, if not the hour, everyone would be in the same place they started. Because it has nothing to do with the resources. It has to do with the knowledge of utilizing those resources.
Exactly.
That's what people miss. I'm just like, yo, you don't become a millionaire to a billionaire just by It's like they look up to these people who are millionaires who have done it. I'm like, but no one was recording them. They didn't have their TV show when they were living in their car. They didn't have their TV show when they were eating, peanut butter sandwiches. Not peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah. I'm just like, it's this idea of instant gratification.
Yeah. Totally
which is what we have. We can get anything we want at the touch of a fingertip. Amazon, next day delivery, if not within the hour.
Yeah.
So it's hard to it's that reality check of taking the plug out and say, okay, I want to have this goal. I need to understand that it's not going to be so easy. Well, it's not easy. Life isn't easy.
Yeah.
It's another great book that I read by Jordan Peterson. It was 12 Rules to Life or whatnot.
I love him. That's my man. He's not really my man, but I love him. Yeah.
Peterson is the man, especially after that interview.
Oh, God. And Kathy, I hate her. It was the best. Oh my God. It was glorious.
That interview was savage. But yeah, it's like, yo, you're gonna suffer regardless. It is what it is. But guess what? You get to choose how you want to suffer. You can either be the person who says, damn, do I get the Bugatti, or do I get the boat? I don't know what to do. I'm going to be the person who suffers and says, do I pay the phone bill or do I put food in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Either way, it boils down to choice. That's what we're saying. Yeah, the person suffering, they can't have both. Hopefully, in some cases you can. In many cases you can't. It boils down to choice.
Yeah. So,
it boils down to what you choose to do. And it's that realization, is that just that understanding is that, you know what, I may not be in the best position right now. I may have come from a poor home. But like Bill Gates, one of his great quotes he says, he's like, it's not your fault if you start out poor. But if you end poor, that is your fault.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, what? And it boils down to your focus. That's another thing. One of these gold nuggets I got from the book, one of these books, is that it boils down to your focus. It's crazy what you see when you focus differently, when you align your focus.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like, yo,
paradigm shifts.
$1,000 a day, or I want to make $100K a year. Now that's your focus. Now all the BS about basketball games and what the Clippers are doing and what Shanae, her new hair and all that was blurred out. Now your focus is, okay, I need to get multiple streams of income. How do I do that?
Yeah.
Affiliate marketing, this and this. You start realizing, then you start to hustle.
Yeah.
Because now you have a goal. Now your focus is different. People need to change their focus. They're focused on stupid stuff that's not even going to do anything for them.
Yep.
Like, even with politics, even with my YouTube channel, I'm like, what's my focus here? Is it for money? Is it to spread information? Like, what's my focus? What's the end goal? People are caught up on these things that are not even going to matter. Not even going to matter. Stuff you do today sometimes doesn't even matter tomorrow.
Very
and it's not about losing one day. Oh, I had a bad day today. This is horrible. We're all going to get to that point. We're all going to get to the point like, screw this. This is stupid.
Yeah.
You doing a podcast. You doing a channel. It's like, yo, do I really have to go through this? Like, what am I doing this for? And if you don't know what you're doing it for, well, it makes it that much easier to quit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I have to, I'll stop it. Well, no reason to. But if you have a goal in mind, if you know the end goal, if you know where you're headed, you're like, well, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to eat this. This is why I'm eating this food. This is why I'm doing that. Because you have a goal in mind.
Definitely.
And all of your actions should align with that goal. We're all going to have setbacks. But, another great one, another gold nugget out, and then I'll shut up. But another one is like, you want to know the person, you want to know how you lose? The person who loses is the person who quits.
Or doesn't try.
Worse doesn't try.
Yeah.
But, it's worse to try and then quit. You can't lose if you don't stop trying. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Wait, that was a sign. That was a sign. Because I gotta go. But I can talk to you forever. But I love to talk too.
So I told you, you gotta shut me up.
Okay, so let me tell people where they can find you. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube, The Amazing Lucas, Twitter, The Amazing Lucas without the I. I'm gonna start a Facebook page. I haven't done that since they're on their censor rampage.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. And Instagram, the same thing, The Amazing Lucas.
Okay, cool, guys. All right, The Amazing Lucas. All right, so peace, truth, and love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.